Canal de Cocina Cannábica. Oña de ganja semilla pacolo, sativa kush mezcal de María pal coco, esa flor de hemp que marihuana cocina, canábica de reefer la mota medica, canal de comida de flor, skunk indica el olor, mira yo la consúmelo, medica, canal de cocina cannabis.
To your food, it's not going to work because it hasn't been activated. We usually activate it when we light it up with the fire. When you smoke a weed or when you smoke a joint, when you light it up, that creates, it has a metabolic change on the CBD, and then it becomes the THC. The THC becomes activated and it's called decarb, and the decarb part is just activating that THC. And then after, what she did was she put the weed inside the oven. I recommend 250 for 40 minutes, maybe 35 minutes, somewhere in between. You want to keep your eye on it. You don't want it to burn. You want it to dry up. It doesn't have to be crispy. It has to be dry. This one is perfect. It's perfect.
It changes colors a little
And
bit.
it does change
from
colors.
beautiful green to not so pretty brown, you know.
That's what happens here. So you got this decarb. Now what we're doing here is doing the extraction. The extraction is using the different oils, which I'm going to mention to you right now. You can use olive oil, you can use coconut oil, you can use coconut cream, you can use milk, you can use yogurt, yeah, any of those. You can use butter, exactly. Yeah, anything that has fat. Anything that has fat. And what the fat does is binds with the cannabinoids, and it'll bring and it'll extract it from the weed. And then after that's done, we'll do a little bit of.
So are you saying that like when you get a can of coconut milk and you put it in the fridge and you get that coconut cream at the top, if I throw that in the pan, I could just throw my decarb?
After you decarb.
Yeah, after decarbing, and then infuse the coconut cream.
Yes.
And use that for my desserts.
Exactly. And
sour
it'll all
cream.
depend on what you're going to use it for. So if you're going to use it for example, hummus, you don't want to use coconut milk. You want to use olive oil because it's exactly what you're going to use.
Right.
So you can use anything. And we're not talking about alcohol, because alcohol is another way to extract the CBDs, and that's, I'm going to mention to you how you do that one. But whatever has fat in it, and I talked about the oils, and I talked about the milk, and I talked about even the yogurt, you know. I've done it with every one of those things, and it worked really fine. My favorite is coconut milk, because the coconut is, for some reason, it's like the mango, and it's like the chocolate. It already has, they seem to be married. They seem to have a great relationship. It just makes it more potent. So mango, if you're eating mango and you're smoking cannabis, it'll be more intense. That's the reason why the recommendation for using mango.
Yeah.
So I prefer using, I make something called coquito, which is a traditional Caribbean drink. And I use coconut milk and coconut cream. And straight from the coconut, like you do it. You mash it up, you bring it in, you make the milk, you make the cream, and then you eventually put that, and then you extract, after you decarb, the THCs or the cannabinoids from.
And so what's this dish that you make with that?
Which one?
You said you make some Caribbean dish with the coconut.
I make the Caribbean drink. It's called coquito. And coquito.
Coquito? Like
Yeah, coquito. It's in the book. It's in the book.
Oh, okay, good.
You're gonna get two recipes. You're gonna get two drink recipes on the book. You're gonna get the a sangria. Really good sangria.
Nice.
You're gonna make it. You're gonna be able to put that together.
I like that.
Yeah, the sangria, and you know sangria in the Caribbean has become really famous. So everybody's doing sangria with different ingredients and stuff like that. It comes from Spain. We basically took it in and we own it now. You know, the Caribbean, Puerto Rico has great sangria everywhere. So there's a sangria recipe, and there's a coquito recipe. And the coquito recipe is pretty much from Puerto Rico, although. The next book that we're working on right now, Until today. Yeah, you know what? I won't have time to make something before I leave, but The coquito, the recipe's on there, and you're gonna be able to make that, especially
I'll make it.
if you make it with um, um, organic products from straight. Eventually, what we do with adding the alcohol, it's because it gives it a preserve. It helps
It
preserve
prevents it.
Yeah, and it helps preserve it. Because the coquito, once you've altered the coconut milk or the coconut cream, you want to put it in the fridge. An oil, like an olive oil, will last you almost a year if you have it in the refrigerator. And its potency also, so it'll be good. Because when you make a batch, if you're going to make a small batch for hummus and stuff like that, you just make it for that. But you could do what Patty does, is she makes a liter or something. You have it there if you want to make some salads, if you want to make the hummus, if you want to make whatever, maybe fry something, you could also fry. The bad thing about frying is that it gets too hot and it kills the cannabinoids and it kills the THC. All right. Questions so far? No? I'm gonna need like another to be able to pour into.
Just get the time out.
No, because this doesn't heat up enough, so it's good. This is good enough for it not to burn. If it doesn't, then I'll eventually go to the kitchen and put it a few seconds just so I can get the rest of the chocolate. It's looking good. It's looking good. So how to bring it to your food? You're gonna bring it to your food using the oils. How are you gonna do the decarb? You're gonna take it into the oven, 250 for 45 minutes, 25 to 30 to 45 minutes. Make sure that it comes out dry. It doesn't have to come out crispy. And after you do that, then you take the whole plant, the whole cannabis plant it's used for different things. Even the roots are used for teas. The leaves that we used to smoke, now most of us are using and smoking buds, the whole bud. But before, no one had that option. That's all new to a lot of people. So we use the leaf and we use everything else. But now, most people are just like, hey, give me the bud, I don't want the leaf. Because most of the concentration of the THC and the cannabinoids is in the leaf, in the flower. So what I do is I remove the stems, take out the stems, and or the seeds. Use the seeds for something else. The stems, you want to use them for something else too. I don't use them for anything. And then after that, I'll use the oil.
What
This I would probably use like
that.
that.
For? Like on
The
your
seeds?
salads?
You can use
Want me
it,
to put
yeah.
this on your-
They're like canola.
Can you do like a seed butter with it?
I've never used a seed butter. No, I've never used a seed butter. You gotta write it out. You gotta write it out. That's how come I say start off. Unless someone has an idea of, I've never heard anything to be able to pull it up. Yeah, sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep it
Because
up.
some people know because I heard sugar, milk,
No, I've never, so far I haven't heard any good recipe for that.
doesn't work.
Doesn't. And if you're high and you're paranoid, you won't be
Find a
able to
good
sleep.
friend and stay close.
Yeah. Hey, here's a rule of law. If you're gonna get high with people who can take care of you.
Yeah.
You know? Because you never know how good the weed's gonna be. We smoked some weed yesterday that's, yeah, but what was the question? I got home and I was like, and I consumed, I was like, I'm going to sleep. Woke up the next day, so
You know,
last week.
any good shaman would tell you when playing with plant medicines of all kinds, that should you find yourself in an uncomfortable space or even like a monster is in front of you, for example,
Yeah.
probably the most effective thing you can do is look at it and say, okay, I acknowledge you're here. What do you have to teach me? What do I need to learn from you? And just get it over with and move on. And usually like that thing will fly off and then you're back in a field of poppies and butterflies and, you know.
No, I don't know that.
So don't try to dismiss your anxiety. Just acknowledge it and say, okay, what am I supposed to learn?
I
You
don't
know?
know if teachers applies, but back in the day, when
So,
people
pass it around.
took on LSD,
So I'm going to repeat the whole so you guys can get some of this information. Huh? Oh no, you're not looking at this. All right, so here's what we did today. We talked about strains. We talked about the strains are the different plants that are being crossed right now that are concentrating the THC, the CBD, and the other cannabinoids. We talked about that each plant has over 40 cannabinoids and over 400 components.
Do you want to sit and I can sit in this way?
Components that we know about. Yeah? We talk in Canada, Israel, and the United States is the leader in the world of most of this investigation. We talked about there are 5 ways to define how much you should consume, or how to define how much you should consume. We talked about weight. We talked about personality, because it has a lot to do with personality. We talked about vehicle, which means olive oil, which means coconut oil, which means butter. Each one of them has a different intensity to extract the cannabinoids. Yogurt, milk, all of those extract. Everything that has fat, extract. Okay? And it takes the heat. What we've been using is double boiler, which means you don't burn your cannabis, you don't burn your milk, or you don't burn your...
Oh my gosh. Is it yummy?
The yogurt. Double boiler is...
Oh my gosh.
Baño de Maria.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Say it again. It sounds nice when you say it. Ben Maria. You see that? Ben Maria. Call it Baño de Maria in Puerto Rico. There you go. It's the same Maria, by the way. Most likely.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so yummy.
The strain, we talked about the amount.
Can't go wrong.
And what did I forget? The amount, the vehicle,
I'm good, I'm good.
And the personality. Those are the 5 elements. Every one of you is going to get the book. The book is called Alquimia del Sofrito Cannabico. Just published it last year. And we've been presenting it around different places around the U.S. and the world. Yeah, one's enough. One's enough. It should hit you. You do whatever you want. She's like, all right, buddy, I'm taking you. You're used to it. Okay.
So if we have to put your address around your neck and put you in a tax.
I remember the hummus and the mango will have also infused. So you have 3 different methods of consumption in your edibles. All right? Exactly. Well, I'm hoping some of that happens. Not the bad fucked up, but the good fucked up. But we talked about the screens. We talked about the vehicle. We talked about a little bit about the history. We talked about that it's a 10,000, as far as we know, like 10,000 years of documented history. We talked about the Ayurveda. It's one of the oldest traditional medicines in the world. It has it documented in its scriptures. We talked about the Chinese medicine, also has it in scriptures. We talked about how it became illegal, because it became legal for racial and protest purposes. Mr. Nixon needed justification to chase the people who had dreadlocks and who were smoking too much weed. So we found ways to do that. So they stopped protesting. Yeah, so they stopped protesting. Most of these people were already there. They were there, I'm sure. So, what else? What else am I missing?
Well, just a note. The war against cannabis, of course, in the States goes back to the 30s with Harry Ansel.
Sure.
And he was funded in part by the alcohol lobby.
Yeah, and the cotton and DuPont.
Yeah.
There was here's something that I think most people know, but I'll mention that out of cáñamo, which is the major plant, not necessarily just the big high plant, but the cáñamo, the one that grows like 7 to 10 feet, the hemp plant.
Yeah.
You can make tons of different products.
Yeah.
Cloth. I mean, it said that the Constitution was written on paper that was made out of hemp.
Even fuel.
Huh?
Even fuel, absolutely.
Fuel, yeah, you can make fuel. You can make food for animals. You can make rope. Yeah, there are thousands of products. So at the beginning of the century, these cotton companies, DuPont, and all these other things had a project to make it illegal. Because why? Because they don't own the patent. You can't patent a plant that's already Yeah.
I know that was the next thing.
Yeah.
Better than them, so they blocked it.
Yeah. But so for World War I, that it was still legal, you could use it. Then it became illegal after the war, the Vietnam War. So yeah, so it's had its different transitions in history. So we hope that this transition will be more permanent. This is why we're doing the educational work. Doing everything so you don't burn your weed, and you can extract the weed, and you can have all the benefits that you can from your medicine. Whatever bud you find, make sure that the bud you get comes from a good source, because you don't want any crap on it. You don't want any pesticides or herbicides on it. You want the purest stuff you can. And if you get a good weed man, perfect. That's going to be the best man for a while to come. We all know it's hard to find a weed man, a good weed man.
Facts.
Or woman. Yeah, this one was already heated. Yeah,
It's already there.
D-card. Yep. What the D-card numbers are you want to either put it on a pot, or you want to put it on a little aluminum envelope and put it in your 250 Fahrenheit for 35 to 40 minutes. Yeah?
Did you have a microwave?
Every single oven is different. I don't. I know you could.
I've done herbs
Yeah.
where they dry really nicely.
I know you could. I know people that do. I don't. It's probably because of my equipment. I don't even have one in my house. I don't have a microwave in my house. So I use an old gas stove. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So 45. So we do 45 minutes. 35 to 45 minutes. Keep close eye on it, just so it doesn't burn. You want it to be crispy. You want it to be dry, but not like super crispy. And then you're just gonna take out the flour part, and the stem and all that you're gonna throw out. If you want to use it for something else, I usually don't. I just throw it out. That kind of stuff. And then once I have it all, this is the stuff I put inside the pot with my oil, with my butter, with my coconut oil, with my milk, with my yogurt. And then I do a double water. Say it again. Bain Marie. Okay? We'll do that for 2 to 3 hours. Today we didn't do that here. We put oil. And then you just pull that out, strain it, and throw it out. I've been doing this the same way, so I just use a strainer and get the hard stuff out. For my cookies and for my food, I don't mind having these chunks like this because it gives it personality. The food. So if I'm going to do even the hummus, I don't mind having little chunks of stuff. This I do mind because this is kind of fiber. This has a lot of fiber, so it's hard to chew. It feels more like, you want to get it. It'll. I guess it depends on the taste of whoever. So I'll do a little bit, not a lot. I'll get the most of the chunk out, and then throw this stuff out. I said earlier that the best that I've found so far has been the coconut oil because it has a lot higher fat. This alone has 56. This has 56%. This is awesome because remember, your fat will bind with your THCs or with your cannabinoids for the extraction method.
Is the slow cooker for 8 hours for the smell?
The house,
area?
the neighborhood, yeah. Yeah, when you put it in the oven,
Oh, your house is good. Your house is good.
when you put it in the oven to do the decarb, it'll stink up the house and probably the neighbor's house too. So put it someplace or put it in an hour where people won't be tripping.
I'm good.
Working hours or whatever. Once you decarb it, then you air it out. And the same thing with, if you're going to do RSO, which I'm going to mention right now, RSO, that you need to be outdoors because you're dealing with alcohol. I'm going to mention what that is now. But yes, it will stink up the house. And Some of us like the smell, so the rest of the week will probably smell like the house will smell like weed, which is not a bad thing.
Which is normal around my house.
Right? Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. So yes, it will stink up the house and the neighbor's house. Hopefully you got good neighbors. I know you do.
I don't have neighbors at the moment, except
Right?
for people across the street. This house is empty, empty lot.
My neighbor is a cop on the island, but he loves me. He's like, yeah, whatever. You know, his father-in-law got a diagnosis. And the first person he called, well, the second person he called was me. He was like, hey, I want you to, what do you need? Yes, exactly what it is he wants, I'll get him done. And I did that, so it's a great relationship. So we use any chocolate, and if you do chocolate, you can do white chocolate, or you can do the cocoa without sugar if you want to go all organic on yourself. The times, I mentioned the times already, right? What else did you need to know about that? We got the times of 45 minutes or 3 hours on the decarb with the oils. I mentioned the oils. I'll mention the 5 elements that I recommend that you have to take into consideration, which is the weight, the personality, the strain, the vehicle, and the amount. The more amount, the less oil, the more concentration, right? An olive oil will last you anywhere between 6, 7, 8 months on your refrigerator. If it has a little mota, which is like a little hongo, fungus, that grows on top, you need to throw it out.
A
Hongo.
SCOBY?
You know, on top.
A symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast?
Yes.
SCOBY? Ooh. Turns me on.
I usually, it shouldn't have that.
Oh, that's if it's fermenting.
I don't. Yeah, I throw out the whole thing. So make a batch, put it in the fridge. It should last you fine. That happens if it's outside, because you've already altered its natural state, the olive oil. You've altered its natural state, so it just start fermenting or it'll start just going through another chemical process. Yeah, degrade. But it'll last you with potency for 6 to 8 months if you have it in the fridge. Usually, you want to consume it, you know? We mentioned the chocolate. This I can just reharden it and make it to little.
We have little heart-shaped things in the.
She's got great ideas always.
For getting everybody together, the gatherer of forces. Thank you.
Gracias.
And Natalie
Patti.
and